Hello, everyone. If you just heard me humming, it's because I was waiting for Crowdcast. It gives me a it gives me a countdown. Anyway, welcome, my friends. Welcome to the September 2025 Meditate with Me Mindful Reiki Experience Meditation and Intention Setting. So, y'all, I just want to begin though, first off, by naming what I feel many of us may have been walking through. For months now, it has been as if we were moving inside of a field of compression. We have had some pretty intense compression months. And at times it's felt like, for me, it's been a dense weight sometimes pressing against the body. And some may even say the mind at times, even the heart. And it wasn't punishment, yet it can feel like it is. And it wasn't wrong. It's not right, wrong, good or bad. It's the business of isness. Compression is often in what I'm understanding more and more is the soul's way of distilling what is no longer needed, refining us so that when the wave turns, we can ride it with clarity. And so it's opportunity in terms of the waking up, like, oh, this is here and it's ready to be cleared. It doesn't mean that it's comfortable at times. So within all of this, it's been interesting. Like I was feeling really great for about, I think it was like about 4 days where I'm like, I feel amazing. Oh my goodness. And then I woke up a couple days ago where I'm like, why does my jaw feel like it is inflamed? And oh my goodness. And which then during that time when I was talking to the guides about it, and I was asking about the October energy forecast, saying, when is the right timing, for me to schedule a time with you to like download it. And they were saying October 1st or at the end of September. And a part of it was what has been clearing in my jaw is because it's bringing in greater clarity. And so I had to move through that experience. And of course, then I'm like, can we make it go faster so I can be more efficient in my workload? God, I love humaning. Just trying to check those boxes off. And no matter how I asked them, and y'all, I asked all kinds of ways. I kept getting like the same information. And so I've been riding that compression waves and my jaw actually feels, much better. And I did get the clearance signal that actually today, later on, they gave me 2 windows for today or tomorrow to be able to download it. And a big part of it, I had just really just let myself rest and use the tools, process. I did multiple dowsing energy sessions. I did a few of the meditate with me sessions. And it is not, that patience of allowing the body to move out and allowing the shift. Sometimes that in between state can be really challenging because I will say too, when you're in a space of feeling pain and it can have you feel that kind of drowsiness too, where the pain can feel so great that you can't even, you just need to close your eyes and allow yourself to, take a nap or rest. It can be like, when am I going to, feel better? And something that earlier today, I was thinking about how we can go through these phases and we can end up like normalizing something out of sort of like a response to maybe a trauma or even like pain. And so I was like pondering like, oh, don't normalize like this is the way it is. So then it creates a pattern. Don't normalize it. And it was interesting because then I had a huge shift in my jaw. All of a sudden, it just felt lighter. And I didn't realize that I was bracing. I was holding on. I was part of it is I was holding on to the pattern of of the pain circling. And then when I made the shift, the mind shift not to normalize it, all of a sudden I felt like a lightness in my jaw. And and then when I spoke to the guides about it, that's when, they were telling me uh the October energy forecast is more so ready to be downloaded. And part of it was I was processing the last the last four themes of the September energy forecast. So I share all that because, one, having compassion for yourself and sympathy and empathy and recognizing that it can be, this journey can be remarkable in a lot of ways. Yet also, there can be moments where it can feel really difficult. And but within that, though, it doesn't mean that this is going to always be the way it is in relationship to healing, because the guide said, once you move through these greater aspects of clearing the dense energy from ancestry or collective or past lives, your relationship with it does get easier and quicker. And within this, the wave of becoming is shifting. So the pressure is loosening, and many of you may have noticed moments in the past week. Like I said earlier in the week, I felt like I was like, wow, whoo, I feel great. I made it through. And then days later, I woke up with the jaw thing. But now the jaw thing is lessening. And then you may have noticed too the breath coming more easily, the body softening, the mind catching glimpses of hope again. And so it's not just you, it's the collective turning. We're beginning to feel a little more space around us, a little more permission to exhale, a little more light pouring through the cracks. And I'll also say, you know, you may be in an experience where perhaps maybe the compression isn't being felt in the body. Maybe you are currently in an experience where you're called to maybe be complete in the career or the job that you're in, and now you're being called to another area, but you don't know where yet, when. It's the same experience that I'm talking about in terms of the compression, and also not letting yourself normalize, oh, I don't have anything, I don't know where I'm going. Process the emotions, process the thoughts, but also be aware of not to normalize the panic and the fear and the thought of, you know, I don't have anything, I don't know where it's going to come from, and then extend play into that scenario. Because then when you're normalizing it, then you're settling into it. And so that's where you have to utilize the self-awareness tools and all the tools to support yourself in clearing, regrounding, realigning. And then if your mind is going into, some sort of panic or fear mode with, utilizing just different thoughts circling, that's where you want to use the affirmations to shift and, and support bringing in, new pathways for the brain, the neural pathways, so that way you're not kind of cycling in the same kind of negative biased thoughts that may normalize something, which then can essentially maybe also block ultimately what you want to shift into. So that's where utilizing the tools for the mental body, the emotional body, the physical body, and then also along the way, just giving the human a lot of love and care, and, and acknowledging, when I had that moment with the jaw, I just took a moment and I just really was like, girl, you're doing amazing. Like, I literally just gave myself a pep talk. And I just noted everything that I had already been through and just, kind of listed things that felt inspiring. So give yourself a pep talk, because hope can also really support you in shifting too. And then also know that just because something's happening in this moment, it doesn't mean that it's a lifetime sentence. It only becomes a lifetime sentence if we jail ourselves in it. And that's why it's really important, if you are at some sort of a threshold or a crossroads, if you will, or an experience where you feel you are, you're not able to, you want to get up, but you can't get up because you feel weighed down by a situation. That's where double downing and triple downing on tools are going to support you, because supporting your mind and processing the emotions, and then also clearing the energy, because it could be something from this present moment, it could be past lives, it could be something from ancestry. They're also culturally, in the world where you are, depending, there's a lot of things going on that can micro be affecting you, which you may not even realize, because you might think it's just this one thing, but it's often a very layered situation. So use the tools to support yourself, and also be kind to yourself. Be kind, because humaning is not an easy, it's not an easy experience, yet also there's some amazing, there's so much amazing things about humaning, in terms of, just spending time with, with people that you care about, or going for like a nature walk. Like Boo and I, my dog Boo, if you don't know, my dog's name is Boo Boo Rhea. We went for this walk yesterday. They were having an art walk in Santa Monica on Montana Avenue, if y'all know that area. They closed off the streets, and I forgot about it. And when I turned on to Montana, there was just like hundreds and hundreds of people. And I just took a moment and I just listened to the hum of people laughing and sharing, and the joy from looking at art, or looking at all these things, or sharing a meal. And I stood there for a good couple minutes, just really just being in the joy of community, people coming together, and it makes me a little teary-eyed. And so, whenever I feel like I need a bit of an uplift, I tend to go to community areas. Like I'll go to a coffee shop, or someplace where I can just hear the murmur of people communing, and oftentimes like the laughter, the joy, or somebody appreciating a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is, and you can feel that richness in the air. So let yourself, wherever you are in this experience of your own humaning and where you are in your path, let yourself, no matter where you are, make sure to take care of yourself, to have moments that are going to support you and uplift you. Because humaning is extraordinary, but it can be very complicated at times too. All right. So, with this, then, just know that, like I mentioned, the wave of becoming is shifting. Many of you may have noticed these subtle moments in the past week, you know, the breath coming more easily, the body softening, the mind catching glimpses of hope again. And it's not just you, it's the collective turning. We are beginning to feel a little more space around us, a little more permission to exhale, a little more light pouring through the cracks. So, this class is an opportunity to honor that shift. We're not here to rush forward or to make something happen. We're here to feel what is already happening. And the soul is moving us from density to expansion, from contraction into coherence. And so in this class, we're going to be allowing the crystalline Reiki to wash through the places that are possibly still carrying residue, still holding tight. We will open to the wave of becoming, not as something far away, but as something already alive within us. So rather than stretching the container, we're going to let the clarity of this moment speak for itself. We'll move through a simple but powerful flow, a moment to arrive, a meditation to receive, crystalline Reiki's current, a space to set intention. In the past, we've done really long intention setting classes, and the guides were said for this one, Just make it about being really in meditation, setting one intention. So it's not going to be a long journal writing like we usually do. It's all going to be rolled into meditation. And that's all really what's required right now because the field is already holding the rest. So this is about trusting that the work is happening with greater ease. The soul is leading, the wave is carrying us, and our only role is to let ourselves be here and receive. So, my friends, as we begin, I invite you to let your body arrive, let your breath deepen, let yourself recognize that the compression has been serving its purpose and that light is ready to carry you forward. And so here's a message from the Collective Guidance Light team before we go into our meditation. Beloved ones, we welcome you into this sacred space of stillness and flow. You've walked through many layers of noise and density in your daily lives, and here you are now gathered in a field of pure source light. In this hour, you're not required to fix yourself, to strive, or to push forward. You're simply invited to rest into what is always true, that your soul has already chosen coherence, already chosen alignment, already chosen to embody its harmonic path. This class is not about adding more. It's about remembering the quiet hum of who you already are. Reiki will move as the breath of Source itself, touching the body, softening the nervous system, loosening what is tight, clarifying what is fogged. You're here to be witnessed by your soul, and in this recognition, everything begins to settle in its right place. So with that, my friends, we're going to get into meditation, and a few people in the chat said hello, and I'm going to say hello back. Thank you for doing that. I do love seeing the comments. All right, y'all. So I invite you now to find that comfortable position, either laying down or seated. And then when you're ready, close your eyes, lower your gaze, and take 3 deep breaths. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. Following the breath in, following the breath out. Let the breath deepen without effort. Inhale as though you are drinking light into the crown of your head. Exhale as though you are pouring the light down through the soles of your feet. With each breath, feel a soft halo now of crystalline Reiki moving through you, around you, surrounding you. Not only around your body, but inside each cell. Breathe into your chest and let the heart expand slightly, not with force, but with ease. And imagine, sense, visualize a gentle current of golden light connecting the crown chakra, the top of your head, the heart, the solar plexus, It's weaving them into one continuous stream. Letting this golden light move through you, around you. Breathing in life force energy, breathing out what no longer supports you. And now we're going to invite in your soul aligned higher self and your oversoul stream and your collective guidance light team. So take a moment and invite them in. And now let yourself rest here in the awareness that you're safe, held, and already aligned with your oversoul stream. Your collective guidance light team is surrounding you. Your soul is there with you. So let yourself rest here in this awareness that you're safe and held and already aligned. Now let yourself take a moment, connect with your soul aligned higher self, your oversoul, your collective guidance light team, letting yourself receive any information, downloads, activations, codes that are beneficial for you. Also, let yourself discuss with them where you are, any information on it, letting yourself receive the love, care, support, and compassion. Invite them in to support you. You're a team with them. Now, bring into your awareness one thread that you're ready to release. It may be a pattern of worry, a loop of self doubt. There may be a fear or residue of fear. So bring into your awareness one thread that you're ready to release. And now silently say this if this resonates with you. I release this now into pure source light. I no longer carry what is not mine. And take a nice deep breath. And then let your soul offer you one intention for the next chapter. Not what the mind wants, but what the soul is already humming beneath the surface. It may arrive as a word, a sensation, or a picture. This is where you're letting yourself become a clear channel to allow the light to come in, allowing the information to be downloaded. You're letting go of ego, personally, intellect step aside, becoming a clear channel to allow the light to flow. Allow yourself connecting to your soul and be patient with the process. Let it arrive as a word, a sensation, a picture. So let your soul offer you one intention for this next chapter. Again, not what the mind wants, but what the soul is already humming beneath the surface. And it may arrive as a word, a sensation, or a picture. And you can whisper it within if this resonates with you. I call this harmonic into form. I live it from now. So let yourself receive the information. What is that one intention for this next chapter? Let your soul offer it to you. So now, with that intention, let yourself repeat it 3 times. And it could just be a word, a sensation, a picture, whatever it is. Let yourself repeat that one intention. Let yourself repeat it 3 times. And then once you've done that, then you whisper it. You whisper this as well if it resonates. I call this harmonic into form. I live it. I live from it now. I call this harmonic into form. I live from it now. And one more time. I call this harmonic into form. I live from it now. So let the words move through you, around you. Okay, now let us travel even deeper. Imagine, sense, visualize a being knowing this now that you're standing within a crystalline temple of light. So you're standing within a crystalline temple of light, not built by human hands, but by the harmonic geometry of your own soul. The walls shimmer with living light fractal patterns, each one a signature of your eternal light tone. These patterns pulse, breathe, and sing with you. They are the memory of your wholeness, and they welcome you home. Let yourself spend some time now in this crystalline temple of light. It's the harmonic geometry of your own soul. The walls shimmer with living light fractal patterns, each one a signature of your eternal light tone. These patterns pulse, breathe, and sing with you. They are the memory of your wholeness, and they welcome you home. Spend some time now in your home. Now, above you, the source stream opens. It's an endless current of light radiance descending. Letting yourself receive this light, this source light, as the Reiki continues to flow as well down from the higher planes into your crown, cascading like liquid starlight. It pours along the axis of your spine, filling every chamber, igniting every cell, lighting the corridors of your being from root to crown. So above you, the source stream opens. Let yourself receive this current of light radiance. As this light current moves, it's not hurried. It knows precisely where to touch. It brushes gently against the emotional body, loosening the knots of worry, fear, concern, confusion, comparison. It clears the mental body, sweeping away old debris, limited beliefs, thought loops that do not belong to you. It nourishes the physical body, soaking the tissues in soft strength and quiet vitality. It illuminates the spiritual body, reminding it of its own vastness. Wherever contraction has been, the light enters like warm hands untying a cord. Where depletion has lingered, the light fills the reservoir drop by drop until you feel steady again. Feel now the connection to the collective guidance light team. Feel the circle forming around you. The Arcturian frequency technicians weave precise adjustments through your energy field, aligning the subtle grids of your nervous system. The Christed earth grid keepers anchor your roots deep into the crystalline body of earth, so your soul current and the planet's rhythm become one. Ascended masters, Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, Buddha, there may be others. Lean close, expanding your heart into a chalice of tenderness and light truth. Archangel Michael draws a line of blue fire at the edges of your field, sealing it in clarity and protection. There may be others as well there to support you. Take some time, let yourself receive, and feel that circle that is around you, supporting you. You're surrounded, you're witnessed, you're calibrated in love. Take a nice deep breath on that. And now allow the merging. No longer do you stand as human on one side and soul on the other. The two streams braid as one, a single current of harmonic life. The soul's eternal hum infuses the breath, the eyes, the voice, the pulse. You're not reaching for light, you're living the resonance of light. You're not seeking the path, you are the path embodied. Rest here, breathe here, and recognize yourself as the eternal, and let every cell remember. All right, we're going to start to come back now. So let yourself take 3 deep breaths. We're going to slowly start to come back. And so as we seal this session, remember, nothing is required of you beyond this breath, this awareness, this willingness to live as the harmonic you already are. Your intentions are received. Your field is recalibrated. You're clear, sovereign, and aligned. Walk gently from this space, knowing the path is already formed beneath your feet. The rest is simply stepping into what is already chosen. So take another deep breath. And let yourself take a moment to give gratitude. Gratitude for yourself for showing up. Gratitude for your human, for being here, for walking this path. Gratitude to your soul, your oversoul, your collective guidance light team. And anything else that you're grateful for. I'm grateful for, and name 3 things. anything else you're grateful for. And take another deep breath. And then before we fully come back, let's just break the links. You can repeat after me if this resonates with you. I ask to break the links with this meditation. I ask to break the links with this Reiki session, leaving only harmony and balance at either ends. I ask to clear any residual energies being held in my body as a result of these links. I ask that light fill the void, cells, rejuvenates, refreshes, revitalizes for the highest good with ease and grace and gratitude. And you can also add, and I ask this healing to be sealed with love and light. I ask this healing to be sealed with love and light, to be sealed with love and light, and so it is. Take another deep breath. And then start to move your body. Bring awareness behind your eyes. And welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. All right, my friends. So make sure to stay hydrated. Take it easy as you move from this process. And be kind to yourself. We're complete for now. Much, much love, my friends. Until soon. And stay inspired. And also feel free to do this as often as you need as well. It's always here for you when you need it.